And if I do this, it means I'm getting a little bit nervous. I shouldn't tell you that, but that's kind of what it means. Okay, and I always do it. So, I'm going to tell you a story that every word is true, I promise. I made it up myself. And so in the 60s, Sonny and I were very famous, and we had this, yes. And then our career just kind of took a nosedive, and we had no job, and we had no money, and we owed the government $278,000. Like you do. So, Son said, we're gonna have to do something different, and you're going to wear a gown, and I'm gonna wear a tux, and we're gonna go play dinner theaters. And I thought, okay, that would be lovely. You know, ladies with long gowns and red velvet ropes and limousines. And yet, no, that's not what happened. We went to a place called the Elmwood Casino in Windsor, Ontario, and, well, wait, you won't like this then. Okay, so, but our dinner theaters were more like strippers and hookers and that. They weren't the posh kind, they were the toilet kind. Anyway, so we played 2 shows a night, 7 nights a week, and people hated us, but for the dinner crowd, it wasn't so bad because they were eating, you know, eating, and then eating, and oh my God, they suck, eating. And then for the midnight show, when the 4 people showed up, they hated us. And I always used to think in my mind, I always thought this, well, the drunker they get, the more entertaining we're going to appear. But they just never liked us no matter what we did. So finally I just thought, to hell with it. And I turned my back on them and I just said, whatever I say, but I can't say right now. Okay, so I turned my back and I started to make the band laugh. And then Sonny thought it was hysterical. So then we started like making each other laugh because nobody was paying attention to us. And so then we did the Sonny and Cher show. And those monologues that we used to do on the Sonny and Cher show, we made up in the horrible dives because we were bored, and then it turned out to be fabulous. So it all worked out. All right. And then when Son and I parted, I used to make up my monologues like that, and it kind of happens, you have an idea, and then you say some things, and if people laugh, you keep in the thing that was funny, and if they don't laugh, you kick that part to the curb, and then after a year, you make up a monologue. Actually, it took us a year to make up our first one, but I'm quicker now. But when I came here, I couldn't think of one. I thought of lots of ones for Caesar's Palace, but when I got here, this was out of it. So, I mean, I wasn't out of it, I just was out of ideas. So, anyway, so then I decided to tell people about the 2 nights it took me to turn 40. By Cher. Okay, so it was the night of the 19th, and I was in my favorite place, Heartbreak. It was a fabulous club with Polly, my best friend. And we were sitting on top of these red leather banquettes, you know, they were kind of round, and then we were on top of them, and so we were very tootsie, kind of tootsie, but not exactly. But I had, you know, my dress was up to here, my shirt was down to there, and all I could think of was, my God, you're 40 and you're still so hot. Yes, that's how deep I was. But anyway, you know what? At the time, I was making a movie with Nicky Cage called Moonstruck. And Nicky was 21. And I was 40. And no one went, oh my God, stop that. Don't let her near the child. Actually, I looked better than he did. I loved him, but, you know, the truth is the truth. Okay, so Polly and I are having a wonderful time, and I'm just feeling so fabulous and so excited. I was drinking a beer. I don't even drink, but I wanted to look grown up, but I was 40, I didn't have to. So anyway, so I'm looking around and I'm just kind of bathing in the afterglow of being hot and 40, and I turned around and I went, whoa. So then I turned to Polly and I said, and every woman is going to know the moment I say this, 2 words, Polly, don't look now. But over my right shoulder is the cutest guy I have ever seen. And Paulette does this. Where? Which one is he? Is he the cute one? Oh my God! He's hot! So I punched her. Hard. And she had a bruise for days. Okay, his name was Rubber Camaletti, and that's another story. So, but that night we were flirting, but it wasn't getting anywhere, you know, it was just like, it was terrible. So I got bored and went home. And I was staying at my friend's hotel. I had this lovely friend, and he had just gotten out of prison. Like you do. I'm sure it was prison, because prison's the long one, right? Jail is just the place they put you for a minute. So yes, I'm sure it was prison. And so he'd come out, and I was nice to him, and so a lot of his friends just kind of turned their back. I didn't care. It was tax evasion, whatever. And so he was letting me stay there, and he also owned Studio 54. He was a great guy. Okay, so I went to sleep dreaming fabulous dreams of being 40, and then in the morning my telephone rang and I said hello, and the man on the other end said, hi, Cher, it's George Miller. Now, I'm going to tell you some information, but you have to follow my direction. Do not clap, do not do anything. George Miller was the director of Witches of Eastwick, no clapping. Okay. And I said, hi, George, how are you? And he said, well, I just called to tell you that I don't want you in my movie. And Jack Nicholson, I don't think you're attractive and you're too old and you're not sexy. Yeah, see? I was right. And I just said, oh shit, good morning, 40. And it was terrible because tears just started streaming down my cheeks, and it was awful, but I didn't want him to know that I was upset. This is the second time that happened to me. Anyway, so he kept going on, and usually in Hollywood when people insult you, they do it and then they hang up. But he just felt the need to keep going. And he just kind of went on, and he went on, and he went on, and went on, and I went, okay, look, motherfucker. You didn't find me under a rock. I was nominated for an Academy Award for Silkwood. And I won the Cannes Film Festival Award for Best Actress for Mask. So, and you've only done what? Mad Max? So, I liked it. But so anyway, I just hung up on it. It was like, whatever. And, but the tears were still streaming because I thought, I've just lost the only job I want and the one that is so fabulous, and all these great girls are going to be in it, and I'm just going to be nothing. And it's terrible. I went all the way to the end. I always do. So anyway, I was sobbing and tears all the way down. I was drenched. Well, I wasn't drenched, but I was making it dramatic. I wasn't really drenched, but I was soggy. And all of a sudden, the tears were coming down my cheeks, and I thought, my God, these are fabulous tears. These are the kind of tears that actresses dream for. These are kind of like Madonna tears. And I don't have to scrunch my face, I don't have to do anything. They're fabulous. And as I was thinking about how fabulous my tears were, I just thought, bitch, you just lost his job and you're thinking about actress tears? So anyway, at that moment my kids came in with the big cake and 2 bellboys, and they came in and they were singing, you know, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Mom, happy birthday to you. And then they looked at me and they went, Mom, you're crying. And I went, well, because when you're a lady and you get a little bit older and you're really happy, you're so happy you don't know what to do that you cry. Older women kind of cry, and so that's it. And that's the truth. And so they went, oh, okay. And I went, all right, well, we'll eat the cake later. And so, oh shit. All right, I forgot to tell you something. And when I do that, I come over here, and I don't know why, but it just makes me feel better. Okay, so I was staying at my fabulous friend's hotel, but I owed him $28,000 and I didn't have it. Okay, and now there's something more. It's bigger, so I have to come all the way over here. Okay, this will not make sense, but you have to go with me because we're all gonna meet at the end over there. So, this sounds so left field, but I promise you, just wait. So, since David Letterman had started his show, he'd been asking me to be on it, and I never would. I just didn't want to do it. And now I can go back. All right, so 3 days before my birthday, the producer calls and said, how would you like to spend your birthday with Dave? And I said, oh my God, I'd love to for $28,000. And he said, we don't do that. And I said, well, then neither do I. And so he said, all right, before we hang up, just do me a favor. Why don't you want to come on the show? And I said, well, because Dave is really nice and he's really funny and well, I didn't say nice. He's really funny and he's really talented, but if people come on the show that he doesn't like, he can be kind of an asshole. And the producer agreed and we hung up. So about 20 minutes later, he called and he said, okay, you can have the money. And I just like, oh, cha-ching. And so the night of my birthday, I went there to see him and I looked horrible and I don't know what I was thinking. And so, I sat down with him and he was there. He was here and I was there and he was funny and I was funny and he was funny and I was funnier. And then he said, so tell me, Cher, why haven't you ever wanted to come on my show? And my head exploded because it was the 1980s and I couldn't say what I said, but I also didn't want to lie because when you lie and you're having an interview, it's terrible, you can't go on. And while I'm thinking of all these things and my brain is going like, because I thought you were an asshole came out of my mouth. It was like, I was trying to go, no, back. But it didn't work. And he said he was traumatized for 5 years, and I believe it. So anyway, we became friends, and that was okay. But so, on my birthdays, he sent me lovely cards, and then he writes in script at the bottom, and okay. Script is a thing we used to do. We do it on paper, and it can be really nice. My mother's script is very nice, and mine is that. But you're not going to need that. Okay, but I looked at the bottom of his card, and I'm reading it. It looks kind of beautiful. And then at the bottom it says, P.S. My mother always liked Sonny best. And it was like, I think he's harboring, I don't think he got over it. But that was then, and I was 40, and this is now, and I'm not. And yeah, I always tell people how old I am, but I don't like it at all. And I don't believe women who say they're happy to be older, because I think it's bullshit. I'm not any smarter, I'm not any wiser. I don't love it. That's that. So, but okay, I'm 72. And people always clap, and I don't know why. I haven't got a clue. It's like, I know that when I say it, people are gonna clap, but I have no idea why. Okay. Thank you. All right. When you guys are all talking like that, it sounds to me like. All right. So it's time for me to go away and entertain you. So no, I've done enough bullshit. Okay. So before I go though, I have one question, and that is, what is your granny doing tonight?